Hey YouTube, I'm back this time with my Bath & Body Works Empties for December 2023. I realized over the weekend that I had not done this yet, so I don't have any chit chat. Let's jump right in and get started with what I finished up at the tail end of last year. So as always, I'll start with my hand soaps first. I finished up one of the soaps that was a holdover from my fall challenge, and this is in cherry almond shortbread. So this came out for a while and then definitely had a hiatus at Bath & Body Works and then came back. So I wanted to get my hands on a couple of them. I think I wound up buying 4 or something like that. So I'm not going to use up any more until fall because to me it is a seasonal fragrance. But I'm happy to have them and I really did enjoy it. It smelled great. So the keynotes are vanilla shortbread, candied almond, and cherry. I actually think that it smells like a is it a cherry Tootsie Pop? Is it a raspberry Tootsie Pop? I don't know, whatever like the red Tootsie Pop is. It honestly kind of smells like that to me. Like it smells like that candied coating. And yeah, I really enjoy it. So again, I'm glad that it came back. And I'm happy that I have more of these. I would repurchase, but you know, obviously for right now, I'm good. The next hand soap that I used up was another hand soap that was out back in the day, was gone for a long time, and then came back to Bath & Body Works. But this one has been out for a couple years again. This is Fresh Balsam. I'm so glad that this is back in hand soaps. Keynotes are woodland balsam, crisp eucalyptus, and cedarwood. If you are not a Fresh Balsam person in home fragrance because you think that it's too intense, I think that the hand soap is more subdued. So if you're one of those people who, you know, you wish you liked Fresh Balsam, but it's just really crazy in a wallflower or in a in a candle, this might be a good option for you. So I've had these, I think for the past 3 years is when they've been out again, and I am so glad that they come out. Cute packaging this year. I love the dark green with the gold, and it has some plaid design too. So I'm really hoping this will continue to come back out because I would definitely pick up another one for next year. The next one that I used up is becoming a staple for me every winter. This is crushed candy cane. So the packaging is not really doing well on camera, but it's this gold foil kind of, I don't know, swirly design. The keynotes are crunchy peppermint, white sugar crystals, and frost mint leaves. Same thing. I want to say this launched in hand soap the same year that Fresh Balsam came back. I want to say maybe that was 2020, something like that. But yeah, I really love this. I'm actually a crushed candy cane person over a twisted peppermint person when I can get something in this scent just because it's more authentic. So yeah, same kind of thing. You know, I'm not going to hoard it, but I will pick it up every single year that it's out. So I'm really hoping, again, that it'll come out next year. Okay, and then the last one that I used up for the month of December was Cookie Butter Truffle. Somebody tell me if this is a new fragrance. I don't think we've seen this fragrance name before, but I'm not sure about the fragrance itself. Keynotes are cookie butter, whipped cream, and vanilla extract. And at first I wasn't really sure about it, just because it is a little bit unusual, but I really like it. Honestly, it kind of gives me vibes of Boardwalk Vanilla Cone. It is a heavy, rich, decadent dessert smell is how I would describe that. So again, I don't know if they're dupes per se or if it's a repackaging. I don't have a Boardwalk Vanilla Cone to sniff side by side, but I do pick up a Boardwalk Vanilla Cone every summer. So I don't know, this to me was not necessarily a Christmas scent, but it was nice, fun Christmas packaging. So I would repurchase it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase that. Okay, so the fine fragrance mist I used up in the month of December was Twisted Peppermint. You guys know that Twisted Peppermint is my thing. This is actually the packaging from last year. The reason why I use this up this year is because I picked this up for cheap at either last winter's semi-annual sale or this past summer semi-annual sale. I don't know, whatever. I tend to pick these up cheap at semi-annual sale just because I know that I'll use it that next December. The keynotes are cool peppermint, sugared snow, fresh balsam, vanilla buttercream. Those are the notes we've had for a really long time. I love Twisted Peppermint. It's so nice, and yeah, I like it. So I usually go through one full-size fine fragrance mist a month. That's pretty typical for what I do. So again, I would repurchase this. I love it. The next time that I used up is my moisturizer that I used this month. So even though I love Twisted Peppermint, I actually don't really care for it in a moisturizer just because I don't really want to like marinate, if you will, with that cool feeling on my body, especially in winter. I may like it in the summer, but in the winter, it just isn't it. So instead I will use some other kind of moisturizer with my Twisted Peppermint. This year I decided to pull a Beach Nights, and I pulled this because I was in kind of a weird situation with my stash where I had like 6 of these lotions and then 5 mists. So I figured I would go ahead and use one of these because really I could use this any time of year with pretty much any fragrance and enjoy it. And then once this was done, then my mists and my lotions would line up. So I know that's very like first world problem, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. So again, Beach Nights is the lotion that I used up in the month of December. I really enjoyed it. So I actually went through it fairly quickly. The keynotes are toasted marshmallow, sea salt breeze, s'mores accord, beach driftwood, and creamy vanilla. Again, it just smells like a really nice, creamy, kind of salted marshmallow. Again, I know it's a little bit weird with Twisted Peppermint, but I figured over other lotions that I have that don't have a mate, this probably would fit the best with Twisted Peppermint. So again, I used it up pretty quickly just because I was, for some reason, pretty motivated in the month of December. So much so that I'm actually, today is what, January 7th, and I'm about halfway done with my January moisturizer. So, so we'll see how I go. I mean, it's possible that I'll have to pull some kind of random mini body cream or mini lotion by the end of my challenge, which is amazing because that like never happens. But yeah, I've been really motivated with moisturizers lately. So again, Beach Nights, I love it. Usually it's a summer thing for me, but really I could use it any time of year. Okay, so now let's get into my shower gels. I used up a Twisted Peppermint. This is from this year. There are no keynotes on it, but I'm sure it's the same as this from last year. Now, the thing is, I will pick up a Twisted Peppermint every year, but I didn't like it this year. It was a little icky. And by that, I mean really musky. Like, to me, the shower gel from this year and the fragrance mist from last year smelled different. Like, I can tell that it was the same Twisted Peppermint base, but this smelled a little bit more edible, I guess. Like, I wouldn't necessarily describe Twisted Peppermint as edible per se, but I just feel like Twisted Peppermint this year smelled really musky to the point that it kind of gave me the icks. I mean, like, I definitely used up the whole thing with my husband. In fact, I wound up purchasing another shower gel of this from semi-annual sale because he specifically asked for one. And again, I wasn't like gagging in the shower. Like, it was not that horrific, but to me, it was just obvious that this is more musky this year. So I'm really hoping that next year it won't be like that. But anyway, if that was your experience this year, please let me know. I don't know if I'm just like a crazy woman right now. But yeah, I just felt like this smelled really musky this year. As you know, I always enjoy using up Twisted Peppermint, but I was really glad to be done with it by the end. Okay, so I also used up a couple of shower gels that are definitely not in season. If you follow my winter challenge is essentially run in a way that like all my fragrances or most of my fragrances for December are in season, and then the rest are just ones that I'm like using up my stash with. So Twisted Peppermint is the only wintry shower gel that I purchased this year. So I have just been using up my other like random shower gels I've had in my collection. So they're going to be like wildly out of season, by the way. So I used up my second of 2 firecracker pops. This is the packaging that we had this past summer. The keynotes are red cherry, fresh citrus, and juicy berry. I really enjoy firecracker pop. It is definitely a fake synthetic syrupy cherry, but I really like it. I could use this any time of year. I don't know that I necessarily want a fine fragrance mist and a lotion in this, but the shower gels were really nice. So again, this is second the second of two. I'm really hoping that we'll get this in body care again next year. I love the kind of red and blue ombre cap. That's pretty fun for 4th of July. And my husband really liked this too. So again, hoping it'll come out next year as well. The next one that I finished up was also one from the summer. This is whipped coconut milkshake. The keynotes are vanilla ice cream, toasted coconut, and sugared amber. Again, I'm just kind of using up out of season random shower gels to get me through my challenge. And yeah, I don't know that I would necessarily call this edible. It definitely doesn't smell like a drink to me, at least. This to me smells like dried coconut flakes with a little bit of musk, but it's still nice to get through. It may be a one and done. It's not like I wouldn't repurchase this, but I definitely would not go out of my way to repurchase it. So if it came back next year, and if I was looking for a shower gel, I could see myself buying it. But for now, I'm pretty good. Okay, and then the last shower gel is one that I honestly wish I would have hoarded more. I bought 2 when it came out, and I'm really hoping it comes back next year because I would totally buy it again and buy a lot of them. This is iced lemon pound cake. This was absolutely delicious. The keynotes are sugary glazed icing, pure lemon zest, and fluffy pound cake, and I feel like it smells very true to the notes. It smells edible. It smells like a lemon dessert, and it smells unbaked. Like it smells like a lemon bar that is not baked in the way that you like don't bake lemon bars. But it is so good. I absolutely adore it. The lemon is sweet and not astringent. Again, it smells gourmand as well. This is my second of 2 that I've had. I'm sorry to see this go, and I really hope it comes back next year. I will absolutely hoard it next year because it is a divine fragrance. It was so good. Okay, a couple other things. I also used up a sugar scrub. This is in Gingham Gorgeous, and this is the foaming sugar body scrub. The keynotes are pink strawberries, peach nectar, and peony blooms. This just smells like a very powdery pink floral. Again, I'm really not picky about my scrubs being in season. I tend to buy them when they're just really cheap because I definitely will not drop $19.95 on a scrub, like absolutely not. They just don't last that long for me. So I have, I don't know, like maybe 10 or 15 scrubs at this point. Probably not 15, maybe like 10 or 12. And I think I only have maybe like 5 different fragrances in them, 4 or 5, because I just kind of get them whenever I can, again, for cheap, because I like the foaming sugar scrubs. They're, I would say, like medium in terms of their coarseness. And yeah, I like them. So Gingham Gorgeous, not my favorite fragrance. Like I wouldn't really purchase this in a whole trio, but in a scrub, it was nice. All right, and then the last item that I have is a pocket back. This is a pocket back from last year in Fresh Balsam. This is another item that was in a pocket back a long time ago and then had a long hiatus and then came back for 2022. I don't remember if this came back for this or for like this past year. Someone let me know. But back in 2022, I purchased maybe like 6 of these. So I think I've used up 2. I think this is number 2 for me. And then I've got, you know, a couple more. So that is the only Fresh Balsam that I'm going to use up this winter because I don't want to rush through them for the sake of rushing through them because they are special to me. So I'm going to move on to different fragrances and pocket backs, but that's always a good one. So that is it for my Bath & Body Works Empties for the month of December 2023. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Lifting and Lipstick. I will put that down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.